Welcome to Market House, the podcast where we talk all things Disney. My name is Caitlin.
Very good. My name's Caleb. This week we talk about Disney World price increases.
Some exciting restaurant openings.
And we share your favorites from this Halloween season. Let's dive in. All right, and this is episode number 152.
Welcome back, as always, everybody.
Welcome back. Another week in the books for this family.
Yeah.
Successful week.
October is almost over.
October's almost over. You know what? Not too upset about it. Not going to lie.
I know. I'm kind of ready for it to
I'm
be.
ready. I'm done with spooky season. Not
Yeah.
because I don't like it. It's we never got it this year.
No, well, it's funny because
weather.
We're finally getting it the last week of October. This week that you're hearing this episode, the weather is like super nice.
Yeah, and I was looking forward to, I had to go to Nashville for work.
Yes.
This last week, so I was there for a few days, and I was looking forward to, you know what, I'm going down there. It's going to be cold. You know, it's been kind of warm here in Sacramento. I'm going to go, enjoy the fall weather. It was 80 degrees.
I know.
It was exactly what it was here.
It's a bummer.
So lame.
But happy Halloween week. Happy spooky week.
Happy spooky week. Yes, it is starting to feel more like fall in our neck of the woods. Hopefully you're excited for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully you have good, fun plans.
We're so excited.
I know, it's going to be fun. Maddie's first Halloween. Yeah, first Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've got outfits ready.
We do.
She's all figured out.
Mm-hmm.
We ordered some shirts that we haven't tried on yet, so I'm hoping they fit.
I know.
If they don't, then we're kind of, whatever. We'll just maybe paint something. But
yeah.
that's what we're doing. Hopefully you're going to have some fun with your family, friends, kids, whatever you got going on.
Mm-hmm.
But before we dive into this week's episode, join us over on Patreon if you so desire. markethousepodcast.com/support is where you can do that. We've got some exclusive content for you guys over there, bonus episodes, fun stuff to listen to, and another great way to support the show. We roll all those funds right back into the show and invest into making this better for you every week. So thank you so much to our supporters over there. You are amazing, and thank you to all those who consider joining over there. Also, we have reviews that we would like to get.
Oh, I was like, did we get
No,
one?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I just worded that very odd. You have the ability to leave reviews both on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. So Apple, you can do a written review. Takes a few minutes. You can leave a 5-star rating and then write a couple nice things about the show. That'd be amazing if you have the time to do that. And you can also leave just a 5-star rating over on Spotify.
Okay, that made me really sad.
I'm sorry.
Because I check like all the time. And
Yeah.
I'm like, did I miss one?
I'm sorry. All of you that have left one are amazing.
Yes.
And if you want to be even more amazing, you can leave a review. So thank you to everyone who have already done so. But that's it. That's the spiel. Let's get into the news.
Let's do it.
All right, our first news story takes us over to the East Coast, Florida, Orlando. Walt Disney World, they have unfortunately announced some price increases for you East Coasters as well. We just experienced this over in Disneyland with both tickets and Magic Keys. Looks like Disney World, they're increasing annual passes. So let's talk about what those increases look like. The Incredipass, this is the anyone can purchase unlimited, no blockout dates, ultra premium pass. This is going from $1,449 to $1,549, so $100 increase there. The next one up, the Sorcerer Pass. This is for DVC members and Florida residents. This is going from $999 to $1,079. The Pirate Pass, Florida residents only, $799 to $829, so minor increase there. And then finally, the Pixie Dust Pass. This is their lowest tier one. Again, only for Florida residents, $439 to $469, so $30. Increase always stinks. These are actually not very bad, though.
Yeah.
Ours were much steeper here on the West Coast at Disneyland. Apparently, they just think these Californians will pay whatever we charge them.
I know.
And it's true, they do, because they sell out every single time. So, very expensive. But hey, I mean, if you're going to have an increase, this is the kind to have. It was not terrible. But again, like it's already expensive to visit. I'm not trying to justify these increases. At least it wasn't terrible, though. So, any thoughts? I mean, another Disney increase?
I was going to say, it's so inevitable, but it's one of those things where it is a bummer, but it's expected. So
yeah. So if you're going to have one, this is the one to have.
All right, for our final news story, we have some exciting restaurant openings, and believe it or not, both of these restaurants opened on the same day on opposite coasts,
Crazy.
which is insane.
Was it planned? I don't know.
So, for those of you who are not aware, over on the Disneyland side of things, on October 25th, we had the Hungry Bear Barbecue Jamboree open, which was formerly known as just Hungry Bear.
Yeah,
barbecue
just
restaurant.
good old Hungry Bear. Nice and plain.
There were some menu changes. From what I've seen, people think it's like, it's fine, but
Decent.
like it's quite expensive.
Yeah, a little pricey for what you get. And a couple items I think were like stand out, like this is pretty good. And then I saw a couple videos of ribs and some posts that the ribs aren't fantastic.
Right.
They look a little lean, not a lot of meat on them, and they look very dry. Just, they don't do barbecue very well at the parks. They never really have.
Yeah.
They had the, what was the thing up there? Barbecue ranch thing. What was it called?
It was Big Thunder.
Big Thunder Ranch.
Big Thunder Ranch.
Barbecue or whatever.
Yeah.
So we had that back in the day. If you don't remember, this is actually where Galaxy's Edge is currently. So there used to be a petting kind of area. You could pet goats and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a big old outdoor picnic table barbecue restaurant. It was actually a former boss's favorite. So each time we were down there for a conference, he would take us all in the parks and
Just for the restaurant.
just for the restaurant,
Hilarious.
which I was not complaining. To get a Disney ticket and some free food,
Right?
I was not complaining. But he loved it that much. When they closed it, he was very upset. But this was a kind of a staple for a lot of folks. They really liked it. We thought it was decent. I don't think it was anything crazy. We went together. What did you think?
I thought it was fine. I'm not like a humongous fan of barbecue food, but it was
Yeah.
pretty good.
So is this kind of similar, I'd say?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did want to say with that restaurant in mind, they do have the coleslaw they used to offer. They have that currently at the Hungry Bear location. It's the exact recipe.
Yeah, and I'm not a huge coleslaw fan, so I haven't tried it. So
Yeah.
maybe that was a favorite for most folks over at the old restaurant. So
Yeah.
anyways, new restaurant, barbecue option, looks okay. I think there are better options for the money, but if you're really craving some barbecue, they have that over at the Country Bear Barbecue Jamboree.
Yes. And
What's next?
Next up, we have something super exciting over on the Walt Disney World side of things. We have the Cake Bake Shop restaurant. This place is fancy.
Very fancy. So they've got the restaurant side and they have a bakery side.
Yes.
I'm more interested in the bakery, to be honest, because I've seen a couple things from the restaurant side. First off, it's very ornate. It looks like a glass ornament inside.
Someone described it very well. They said it looks like something that would be at the Grand Floridian. It's like very like
White.
everything's white or gold.
Yeah.
And
not my style, to be honest.
It looks very high end, expensive, and let me tell you, the things that they offer there are very expensive
Yes.
as well. So for one slice of cake, it's like $24.
Absurd. So we'll dive into that in a second. So as far as the restaurant side of things goes, it's all very elevated food options, very expensive, like Caitlin mentioned. So if you're looking for a night out, probably just mom and dad or whoever, just the adults, that's probably the vibe I'm getting. I'm not getting like bring your kids. You can. I just don't think they'll love it because of the food options. And again, it looks a little fancier.
Yeah.
A little stuffy.
Right.
It looks okay. The bakery side, that's what I'm interested in. And this looks fun, expensive, but good. So,
I will have to say though that you're not like for the $24, it's not like it's like a tiny piece
No,
of cake.
no,
It's a gigantic piece
yeah,
of cake.
so it's like $24 on average for a slice of cake. They are gigantic slices. It's legit like an eighth of the cake.
It almost looks very similar to the Gideon's ones.
Okay.
If not maybe a smidge bigger, but I don't think Gideon's is $24 a slice. So
Some funny, not really funny, but interesting news is that they were actually more expensive before they opened. So the menu, I don't know if it leaked, but they released some menu options to kind of tease the opening of this restaurant. And people freaked out so much on the internet that they actually lowered the prices before they opened.
that's insane.
I think they were like, we're not paying $30 a slice. So they lowered it by a few bucks, and this is what we're getting. So they've got some good options. There's a like mint chocolate chip cake slice that's
like Oprah recommended.
yeah,
or
on
something?
Oprah's list. It was actually years ago. I think
Okay.
this restaurant started in like maybe New York or something.
Something
I
like
may be
that.
getting that wrong. So this is another location for them. It's a chain, and they sorry, where am I getting at? Yes, mint chocolate chip.
Yeah, and they have a ton of other flavors. They have a pumpkin chocolate one.
You
And
didn't
there's
let me
gluten-free options.
finish my thought.
Oh, sorry.
The mint chocolate chip is gluten-free. That was
Oh,
my news.
yes,
That was my
yes.
exciting news. It's
Sorry.
gluten-free naturally. Looks amazing. For folks like me that can't really get many dessert options
Yeah.
in Disney World, this looks amazing. So we'll maybe make a special trip, probably not in this upcoming trip, but the next one we have kind of more time to explore. This is at the Boardwalk. I don't know if we mentioned that. The
No, we didn't.
Boardwalk Resort area. And right next to Epcot. It's actually walking distance to Epcot. So maybe we'll get over there and get a $24 slice of
You
cake.
guys, that's coming up. The trip. Oh my gosh. I'm stressed.
Let us know what you think about this cake shop. Are you going to go to it? Are you going to eat a slice? If you are, let us know and let us know your thoughts. All right, and that brings us to our main segment of this week's episode, and that is the 2024 Disneyland Halloween Season Best of List.
Yes.
Is that long enough or what?
It's so long.
I was like, 2024 about Halloween Best Stuff. Since the Halloween season is coming to an end at the Disneyland Resort, we thought it would be a ton of fun to ask all of you what some of your favorites were from this year. There's a lot of like seasonal items during the Halloween season, during Christmas season, so we've got to talk about our favorites.
Yeah.
There are some that are absolute bombs. There are some that are amazing and go viral. So let's talk about what your favorites were at home and some of the things that we wanted to try on our trip that we unfortunately had to cancel.
Right.
But I think let's call them out on things that we were interested in and that we heard good things about.
Yes.
Okay, you made the list. I'm going to give all credit to Miss Caitlin over here because you were the Halloween gal this year.
I am very excited for Halloween, but I'm also even more excited for Christmas time. So you guys wait. The Christmas episodes.
They're coming.
The Halloween season is colliding with the
Jingle bells, jingle bells. Okay, really quick before we dive in.
What?
You brought something up. I'm a little upset about it.
What?
We did a Disney store order. Okay.
Oh, yes.
We got a little surprise from Mads. She got a little Christmas Pluto.
She did. She loves Pluto.
Yeah, so we've got that hidden. We're going to bring it out for the Christmas season. So we've got that put away for now. But we also ordered a little musical, like a music box.
Kind of, but
Christmas.
it's not a box. It was like this like round, like Caleb said, it's called like Mickey and Minnie's musical something.
I don't know. Dumbo's on it. It spins. It is the weirdest. It's supposed to be Jingle Bells playing.
It's not Jingle Bells.
It is the weirdest version of Jingle Bells I've ever heard. I didn't even recognize the song.
And it's tiny.
And it's super small, and it was $75.
Which we got it on sale, so it wasn't $75, but still.
But the fact that they're still trying to charge $75 full price
Yeah.
is insanity. We're sending it back because it was so lame.
That's a bummer, though.
And I was so excited for it, though. I wanted some good Christmas cheer, and their version of Jingle Bells stinks.
Well, it was exciting because Dumbo was one of like the rides that she went on for her first trip, so that was nice to have that. And then the monorail was on it, so it was just a bummer.
It was such a bummer. Maybe if you got it at home and you're more excited about it, more power to you. Keep it, have fun with it. We just weren't very excited. So sorry. All right, let's talk about Halloween.
Yes. So over on Instagram this past week, we put up a couple stories asking you what your favorites were. I thought we could just kind of go into each category, share what you guys had to say, and then mention what we thought was going to be amazing.
First up, this is the favorite seasonal snack and or treat.
Yes. So can we start with ours?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you want to try?
So the number one thing that we wanted to try, and also that I literally saw everyone talking about, was the peanut butter cold brew.
This thing, it looks so good.
Right? So for those who aren't aware, this is chocolate and peanut butter infused cold brew topped with peanut butter cold foam and drizzle with M&Ms, which were the peanut butter chocolate.
Yeah, okay. They call it with M&Ms peanut butter chocolate candies.
I know.
I don't know what M&Ms are. Thanks, Disney.
This thing was $7.75 and it was like sold out because I think it went viral on TikTok or something.
What's up with TikTok stuff, man?
I don't know.
Stop selling. Stop doing that.
I mean, clearly it works.
Stop going viral things. No, it's great. I love that everyone gets to experience it. But yes, it is annoying when it's like, oh, crud.
Yeah.
People heard about. I'm not on TikTok anymore. It scares me. It's
too
addicting.
We're both not on TikTok.
And it's just a lot of crazy stuff going on.
We don't have time to be on social media.
I don't got time for that. I don't even have time for Instagram, let alone TikTok.
All right. And then next up, something that we were really excited to try was the Monstropolis float from the Tropical Hideaway. This was gluten-free and it had ube dusted pineapple mango Dole Whip with passion fruit coconut juice and lychee. Is it lychee?
Lychee?
Lychee fruit.
Lychee fruit.
It looked so fun and like quirky. And I was so bummed that we weren't able to do it. But this was one of those that everyone that went to the park literally was taking pictures of this thing.
Those little things look kind of gross. I would have had the Dole Whip, but the little...
That's passion fruit.
Ugh, I don't know.
Oh, so good. It was supposed to be spooky because it's supposed to be like Monstropolis.
Ew.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about some of your favorites. You wrote in and shared. Thank you for doing that. Let's start off with Adventures in Millerland. Their favorite was a beer cheese soup and a sourdough bread bowl at the Pacific Wharf Cafe.
Yum.
Come on.
That
Wait,
sounds
Pacific Wharf
delicious.
Cafe does not exist
That's
anymore.
Aunt Cass's.
That is Aunt Cass's.
Yeah.
So I don't know if this was maybe this year or
He
another
made a
year,
comment and he said it's usually only for the Halloween season. It might have been only last year's, but either way, this sounds absolutely delicious.
Anything in a bread bowl, I will eat. Unfortunately, I can't eat most now because of the whole gluten thing. But back pre-gluten days, I would eat. You could put like dirt and mud.
Ew.
I don't know if it's the two versions of the same thing. Dirt, mud, and clay, and I would eat it in a bread bowl.
Honestly, you don't even need to put anything in a bread bowl. I would just eat the bowl of bread.
I'll take a bread bowl, just hold everything else, please.
They're like, oh, okay.
Disneyland Forever said theirs was the ube ice cream or the pumpkin cream puff at Rancho del Zocalo.
I heard a lot of good things about the ice cream. It looked delicious. Have you ever had ube?
No, I
So
don't even know what that is.
basically, it's like it's a purple potato. Like, it's not a plant, but it's like a purple potato. It's very sweet and it's very, very delicious. That's like the base of it.
What? I don't want anything. I don't want potato base of any dessert.
It's not it doesn't taste like mashed potatoes.
That sounds really gross, man.
Oh my God.
You're not selling this. You're not selling. But I just want to get the pumpkin cream puff because it's a fun name. I'll take a cream puff, please.
Okay, go to the cake bake shop then, you weirdo.
I'll take $18 cream puffs, please.
All right, next up we have Fam Travel Folio. She mentioned the green apple churro with caramel dipping sauce.
Oh my gosh.
Yum.
Okay, we haven't had dinner yet. This sounds delish.
I know.
I want to eat all this.
I know.
Disney Marvel Mama got her favorite, was the peanut butter cold brew. Let's go.
Tina, it looks so good.
That
I'm so jealous.
That looked insane.
Right?
So if you could have shipped one up to us, I would have appreciated that.
Oh, okay. Knowing Tina's so sweet, she would have. By the way, I'm going to take a moment.
Spilling out of the box.
Tina appreciation right here. Tina was the one that sent me the Bing Bong that's now available at the Bing Bong store at DCA. You guys, we waited how long?
Years.
If you've been here for a long time, you know. It was pre-Maddie. And I was so bummed when they finally took it away, and it's back.
It's back.
All right. Next up, we have Happily Ever Hardcastles has the pumpkin pie chai from Galactic Grill.
Okay.
This sounds absolutely delicious.
I can get down to some pumpkin pie chai.
I love chai. So
Do you really?
Pie. I like chai. I don't like making my own chai.
I was gonna say you tried it the other day and it wasn't successful.
But try it like out and about, delicious.
Out and about, $9 chai. I love it. And then Jordan, the Park Hopper, caramel apples, 100%.
Fun fact, we've never had a caramel apple at the park.
I have not. We get some pretty bomb caramel apples from here in town. There's a person that sells them, and they're probably the best I've ever had in my life. So I'm never tempted to get them outside of this area. But I'll always eat a caramel apple. So if you ever want to buy one and split one,
They're
I'll do it with you.
expensive.
Are they like $10?
No.
More?
I think they're like $16.
No, there's no way.
No, I'm not kidding.
Oh my gosh.
Like the specialty ones that like we were wanting to get.
That's absurd.
But hey, the cast members make those by hand, so
when in
worth
Rome,
it.
baby, let's go. All right, next up we've got the favorite Halloween merch item.
Yes. Do you want to go first?
No, you go.
Okay. So this was one that I literally saw everyone buy. And actually, the Adventures in Millerland, the Millers, I believe they picked this up. I think I saw it on one of their videos.
Okay.
Yeah. This was I don't know how to, would you call it it's a wreath, but is it like a door hanger?
It's a wreath. No, it's just a wreath.
Okay. I guess. Yeah. I don't know why I said it like
you hang wreaths on doors.
A door hanger wreath. It's a wreath. So it's the one that looks like the ones obviously down Main Street at Disneyland and Walt Disney World. It has the pumpkin in the middle and then kind of like the floral and like leaves all around it. Literally, those were swept up so quickly. And I think it's so fun because I feel like it's one of those things where you truly get to have something from the park at your house. So I love it. We didn't buy it.
How much were they? Were they like
I don't remember.
absurd?
Maybe like $50-$60. I don't know.
Okay. It feels a little expensive, but what is it?
It could have been more. I have no idea.
And then next up was this cool tie-dye Mickey shirt. I don't know how else to describe it other than that it's tie-dye and it has Mickey on the front.
Yeah. And
Vampire Mickey.
And it had the back of Mickey like on the back of the shirt. And if you got it at Disneyland, it said Disneyland and obviously Walt Disney World.
It's at Disney World.
Right.
Cool.
But it was pretty fun. I love the colors of it, and it's something new and fun.
I'm sorry we couldn't get it.
I know. It's okay.
Next time when it's not, and we alluded to this earlier, we canceled the trip just because it's going to be a little too toasty for our 11-month-old.
Yes.
And just, it wasn't feeling right. We have a big trip coming up, and I had a work trip right after this thing. So it was just this really hectic time where we were like, do we want to force this? Like, let's just stay home. So it didn't feel right. That's why we canceled. If you need a little context there. Next up, Janelle Schultz shared that her favorite was the candy corn loungefly for, she bought a candy corn loungefly.
She's going to Oogie Boogie Bash.
She's prepping for Oogie Boogie Bash on Halloween.
Oh.
Okay, how perfect is that?
Janelle.
On Halloween night, Oogie Boogie Bash with your new candy corn loungefly.
It's a pretty cute loungefly too.
That sounds fun.
Oh, I hope you have so much fun.
Yeah, have fun. Next up, Adventures in Millerland. Whatever their seasonal Halloween shirt was, I mean, you can't go wrong.
No, they're cute this year.
They're always fun.
Mm-hmm.
Disneyland Forever.
This one made me laugh.
This was a little critical, Jordan and Daniel. It says none. Sorry, not sorry. Okay, so not fans of the Halloween merch this year. Well, excuse me. I'm just kidding. I'm getting offended. I didn't design any of it.
I
But
mean, a lot of it was like,
yeah, there was
but
only a few items this year that we really were excited
I
about.
really thought like overall this sweatshirt with Mickey on it, like that was really cute. But I guess
They don't think so.
it's
They
all
would have
right.
made fun of you for buying it.
They
Lame sweatshirt, dude.
Oh my gosh, we love Disneyland forever.
Yeah, they're
We're just
great.
giving them a hard time.
They're great. Jen Marie 889, the Mickey Pumpkin Mouse ear. Sorry, I got tongue tied on that one. The Mickey Pumpkin Mouse ears.
Those are a classic. Remember the ones that like stick up? They're like the little Mickey pumpkins.
Explain to me, please. Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Winky Blinky up there.
Yeah,
basically.
literally
Yeah.
that. Super
Sick.
cute. Those are. I actually don't have those.
No,
I
you
don't.
don't. You're not a
why.
real Disneyland fan.
Seriously.
You go next.
All right. Next up, we have Disney Marvel Mama. She said that she wants it all, so she's no help.
I'm no help.
Tina, I totally understand. It's really hard. Like Disney has been nailing their merch recently, so it's really hard to say no.
Not according to Jordan and Daniel, they're not.
All right. And lastly, I have Ariana Campos. She said the cute, spooky popcorn buckets. We're
suckers.
obsessed.
We're suckers for this. They can charge $50 and I'd buy it.
Right?
We always buy the seasonal popcorn buckets when we're down there.
Yeah.
And they just get me every time.
You can't go wrong.
They can't go wrong.
All right. Next up, we asked which character had the best Halloween costume. And I'm just going to come out and say I was not a fan of the costumes this year.
Yeah, not huge fans.
They were okay. I loved the costumes last year. Remember with Mickey and like the pumpkin? And
Yeah, we bought a lot of merch
just-
last year too. So maybe we're a little biased because it's like all over our house.
Yeah.
But
So cute. So I would have to say if I had to pick one, honestly, I think I would pick either Daisy or Minnie. What do you think?
Daisy or Minnie? I'm going to go. Where's Daisy? Oh, I see Daisy. No, I'm going to go Donald actually. I like Donald.
Donald?
Yeah, Donald.
Okay, I think I'm gonna do Minnie Mouse.
Okay.
That's fine. I think they're fine. I Pluto's, I'm just kind of like he just has a pumpkin on top of his head.
And it looks very
Like,
fake. I don't like
what
that.
happened. Yeah. And Mickey's was fine. It was just I don't know. I think they could have done better.
Yeah, they could have.
All right, so let's go into what your answers were. Adventures in Millerland said Donald Duck.
Oh,
just like you.
great minds think alike.
Disneyland Forever said yes. So I'm assuming
All of the above.
all of the above.
Okay.
Next up, we have Fam Travel Folio mentioned Mickey and Minnie. Hey, you can't go wrong with the classics, okay? Jen Marie 889 said Mater. Now, this I didn't even think of.
Yeah,
the
true.
Carsland
The
one.
Cars lands they always nail it.
Mater is it's the spooky Dracula. It's so awesome. Next up, we have Disney Marvel Mama mentioned Deadpool in his granny sweater and glasses.
Nice. Okay. Confession. I was going to say obsession. Confession. We still haven't seen Deadpool and Wolverine.
Well, that's my fault because I'm not a big fan. Caleb really likes Deadpool.
Yeah,
I think it's a lot. I don't know why.
Not a big problem. I can watch it by myself. I refuse to pay $25 to rent it,
know.
and it's been out for rent for a long time, so there's no reason it needs to be that expensive. So the minute it gets on Disney Plus or comes down to less than $20 to rent, I'll watch it.
All right, and then lastly, we have Happily Ever After Hardcastles mentioned Mickey, and again, another classic. All right, let's move on. We have also asked, what's one way Disney can improve next Halloween season? This was kind of up in there. Not a lot of people went for this one because maybe they just loved it, which is great. But I would say, honestly, as a little critique, not shutting everything down during the Halloween season.
Yeah, this one was rough. I know they're getting ready for the 70th.
For sure.
And they unfortunately had to take down a ton of parts of the park to get it ready and nice and refurbed for the big celebration next year in 25. But unfortunately, Halloween was a victim of that.
It was a lot.
And-
Everything was closed and it was super hot.
And it was really hot. So if you can control the weather, Disney, that would be fantastic.
I wish.
But yeah, I don't know. I think my only critique would be maybe that. I mean, something that happens every year that I don't know. I don't really have a problem with Halloween season. I don't know. Maybe not anything for me.
That's fine.
Yeah, we didn't go this year, so we can't really share too much. But let's talk about your submissions here. Adventures in Millerland said, revamp Oogie Boogie Bash. It's the same event each year. We've gone 2 times. It needs updating. I've heard the same thing. I've heard the
I have
same
too.
critique.
Yeah.
I think you're right on the money here. People are spending big bucks, and I think they're willing to spend that every year if it changes enough. But I can totally see that criticism there, that it stays the same, or mostly the same. And then finally, Disney Marvel Mama said, would love a Halloween-themed World of Color. You know what, Tina? You named mine.
That was mine too.
They need this.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't do it. It doesn't make any sense to me.
They have a Christmas one.
You know what? I think it's because they just have a lot going on with Oogie Boogie Bash that it's I don't know. Because
Not my
they could just do it
problem.
on the nights they don't have Oogie Boogie.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Or even just do it for Oogie Boogie Bash and extend the event.
Yeah, and give me another reason to go to
exactly.
the event.
That would be awesome.
Come on, Disney. You've got a great idea here. You can only have to pay us 10% of what you make.
Or even 5.
Honestly 1%
2%
would change our lives. So.
Or 0.5%.
Yeah, seriously. But that was the favorites this year. Any other thoughts before we wrap this up?
I don't believe so, no.
We will be possibly going, okay, Caitlin and I have talked about this. Let me know if I'm overreacting, I guess. I have had a problem with the Halloween season the last, I would say 5 years or so. It's not anyone's fault. It's not Disney's fault. It's not anyone's, really. It's Mother Nature. But it's the consistent heat that I have a problem with. When I go down there, I don't want to melt. That's why we avoid the summer. And it feels like from June, July-ish timeframe to like November, I can't go there because it's so stinking hot on average the past few years. The last time we went for Halloween, it was 90 degrees in October.
I know.
And then when we were going to go down, it was 86, 87 degrees when we were supposed to go.
But then again,
a few weeks ago.
But you can't even stop there, though, because you have to look at real feel because Anaheim has a ton of humidity now.
Not a ton of humidity. So relative to where we live, relative to Orlando, it's none, right?
Well, of course.
But like
for
it
California,
feels, for California, it is much stickier than what we're used to. And so it adds a few degrees. And then when you're standing there right in the middle of Disneyland, there's really no breeze or anything because all of you who've been to the parks know this. But when you've got a little one, that's the last thing I want to do is roast out there, worry about her. We're miserable.
It's just hot.
And then we're like, why do we spend money to be down here?
But I have to say, if the second you guys, or the day that you guys are all hearing this on Monday, if you are going this week to Disneyland, this is literally the perfect week.
Yeah, let me know what it is. What's the weather?
So starting tomorrow, it's 71, 70, 72, 72, 68, 66, 67.
Okay, that's pretty awesome.
So if you guys are going for Halloween, this is literally the perfect time to go to Disneyland.
Okay, I will only go then during the Halloween season if it's the week of Halloween, because that sounds like it's the right time to go.
Usually it's really hot during Halloween down there because people are usually dying in their costumes.
Was it Jordan and Daniel last year? They were like drenched in sweat for Oogie
Yeah.
Boogie, yeah.
So it's just, you never know. But again, if you're local, it's kind of like, hey, why not? But I'm like, it's a bummer when families go and it's just, you're just melting.
Yeah.
But again, all in the name of Disney, do it.
Yeah.
So.
What we do for the Disney trips. Thank you so much for listening. You can find us over on Instagram and Threads at Market House Podcast. Make sure to follow us over there for pictures from the park and exciting news and announcements. Consider leaving a review on Apple Podcasts and Spotify, both a huge help to the show. We also have a Patreon. If you want to join us over there, feel free to do so. MarketHousePodcast.com/support is where you can do that. Remember to use our Getaway Today link for your future trip bookings. Check out the episode details for that link and use code MarketHouse10 to save an additional $10 on your booking. Join us next week for another episode. It's been fun. It's been filled with Halloween magic and ooey gooey treats.
Bye.